So dito na tayo sa Split, Croatia. Nakadock na yung barko pero wala lang clearance. Last city na lang umaga dito pero makulimlim pa. Pero maaraw ngayon. Ganito talaga dito. Alas 6 kanina hindi pa lumabas yung araw kaya madilim. Hindi tayo nakapag-live. Sana maka-live tayo mamayang gabi para makita nyo itong view ng Split, Croatia. Maganda siya. Nakuha na natin ng video doon sa kabila. So i-edit ko na lang para makita nyo lahat yung mga view dito. Yan, napakaganda. Isa sa mga highlights dito sa Mediterranean ang bisitahin in Split. So meron tayong 2 cities yata itong mamaya meron tayong land tour. Makikita natin. Maganda, malinis yung dagat nila. Daming mga cruise ships. Yan o, may mga cruise ships at sa mga passenger ships dito. Mga inter-island siguro yun. Kasi yung Croatia pala is have more than 1,040 islands na 50 lang ang inhabited. So yung iba walang tao. So malaki ang Croatia. Napakaganda din. So mababait yung mga tao dito. Yan.
Your guide for today, and here on my left hand side is Angelko. He's our driver. He will enter here. I will give you a little bit of free time in the program. There is no free time, just sightseeing, just culture, just archaeology, just of course cathedrals. But today, to be honest, is Sunday, so I doubt we will visit the cathedrals in Šibenik and in Trogir. But of course, I will explain the whole cathedral palace because really this palace, the Diocletian's palace here in Split, it's unique in the whole road. Of course, all the city guides, they say that their palaces, their, I don't know, fortresses, their 38,000 people. After the Second World War, 40,000 people. Today, Split has around 170,000 people. So, Split exploded after the Second World War. And the reason is very simple. After the Second World War, we got huge factories here. In other words, the industrialization. That's the reason why Split exploded after the Second World War. We got a shipyard here for 15,000. You can see my village, so it's quite close here. But we had just one ship connection early in the morning, 6 o'clock. At 8 o'clock we were here in Split. And in the afternoon, I can remember the time, 2:15, and the same ship brought us back to the island. And that's it. That was the only connection we had this day or per day in those times, in those years. And of course, we had a connection by fine weather, a little bit of wind, nothing. There was no ship, there was nothing here, and we have to, okay, if the ship didn't come early in the morning to bring us to Split, okay, we just return back home. But if the weather changed when we're already here in Split, so we had to find where to spend the night and the whole next day until the next afternoon. So it was quite challenging. And of course the people, they have to stay here. Today we have to the island during the winter time 9 car ferries, during the summertime at least 15, and the catamarans and speedboats. And of course we had the connection to the towns here behind the mountains. In those days perhaps one per day. Today they have one per, and we have always mostly in between 120 up to 150. Split is quite a nice and interesting place to visit, and it is, in fact. In fact, Split has an almost perfect position in the middle of Dalmatia. So, if you want to visit Dubrovnik from Split, then you stay in Split, no problem. 3.5 hours by bus or catamaran. Catamaran is even more beautiful. Then, if you want to visit Zadar, 2.5 hours. Šibenik, it's about 1.5 hour. Trogir, a little bit more than half an hour. Imotski Sin, less than 1 hour, and Brač and Hvarka, 2 islands, in between 1 and 2 hours. And next to them, you have also the Krka waterfalls, the Plivice lakes, the blue and the red lake, the Golden Horn beach. So it's a good mixture of nature and culture. And you can reach Split by plane, by train, by all these cruise ship like you. Please take a look here on the right hand side. That's something. Okay, it's not unique. Of course not unique, because it's an aqueduct built by the Roman Emperor Diocletian. So he needed water, okay, they had some everything else, but still they needed the water, the fresh water, running water or tap water. And okay, they just tried to renovate, but they needed a huge reconstruction of these destroyed parts, and that's the reason why at the end we could in fact drive underneath the aqueduct. But this middle part is really the original. There was no need for reconstruction, it was just renovation. And for the second time, at the end of the 19th century, for the second time we got the water from the ancient aqueduct. Okay. And Barcelona, of course, as I said, it was an Illyrian Greek Roman town. But then in the 5th century AD, it was for the first time destroyed by the Ostrogoths. In the 6th century, the Avars, and then in the 7th century, this barbarian, brutal tribe from behind the Carpathian Mountains came here in this area, destroyed the town of Salona for the 3rd time in 150 years, and of course these brutal tribe from behind the Carpathian Mountains, that's in fields of Castilla. That's in fact the only fertile area here around Split, in between Salona and Trogir. So the food was there, and of course also in front of Salona they had the port of Salona, so the money was also there. And we saw that here it's really a perfect place to live, and we settled down, and of course quite soon we found quite close to Salona our own town, the Croatian town of Solin. And it became very important because, to be honest, that's not our first independence of Dalmatia in Croatia up to the 13th century. And all of our kings were grounded in Solin and also buried in Solin. Okay, so that's the reason, of course, why Salona and then later Solin became very important towns. Salona as the capital of the Roman province, and Solin as the place where all of our kings were grounded. And again, on the left-hand side, of course, on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, you have just stones, and a little bit of bushes. But here on the left-hand side, you can see the rock, and on the top of the rock, it's the fortress. The fortress of Klis, or it's Klisa, Kleja. It's the key to Dalmatia. Who controlled this fortress controlled also Dalmatia, in front of the mountains and behind the mountains. But of course there is always an exception of the rule, and the exception was the 16th century when the Ottomans conquered the fortress of Klis. It was in March 2020, and it was quite strong with dead people. Okay, a lot of destruction, but the most important, there were some people died. And of course, then in December we had again an earthquake near Zagreb. That was Sisak and Petrinja. And again, it was even stronger than in Zagreb, and there were really again, people died, a lot of destruction and everything. So, the whole Balkan Peninsula is on the Balkan tectonical plate, and we have quite often earthquakes. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, also quite often earthquakes, because this Italian plate is pushing us up in the air. As I said, limestone California, not because they knew what to expect in California, but they heard that the climate it's quite similar to our climate, so they chose California. And for example, in San Pedro, I have 3 cousins that live there. And still a lot of people, the descendants there are from our islands and here from Dalmatia, they still live in San Pedro. So also, after a while, a family from Dalmatia emigrated, and that's the Grgic family. And perhaps you know that these are the Grgic Hills and the Grgic vineyards. And of course, Miljenko love sheep milk and the taste of sheep milk. So sometimes they mixed with the cow milk. It's also a softer, very mild in taste. It's an excellent cheese. So Pashki Sir, it's something I always recommend when the people ask me what should we take from Dalmatia as a souvenir, something to eat, if you can. Of course, all this Saint Michael, you will see the Saint Michael, but here on the right hand side, there are the 2 other on the top of the hills. Of course, it's Shubicevec and Saint Ivan. Okay, so they're here, and Saint Nikolaus, it's outside in the estuarium, on the other side of the channel of Saint Anthony. You will see in front of Šibenik, it's just the estuarium, or the last part, Saint Anthony, and there is also. You see this column like the barber, the columns in the barber shop, white and red, and on the top it's a red light. It's like really the traffic light, and in fact it is a traffic light. It's a sign that it was red, so it is just a sign that you are not allowed to sail from the side of Šibenik to the open sea. You have to wait, and then of course it will change, and you will get another, and then you have the possibility to sail through the okay, so the other group is
Isa sa mga city ng Croatia, Šibenik. Marami ditong mga UNESCO sites kasi napakaluma na siya, or old cities dito. So ito yung mga building nila. Meron ditong hostel o hotel. Ayan. So Ito yung bus stop dito. Bus terminal. Yan. Luma na talaga dito. Area. Malamig ang area nila dito. Malamig. Ayan. Ito yung city ng Šibenik, Croatia. Dito yung terminal. Bus terminal dito. Luma na siya na city pero maganda pa rin. Maraming mga turista dito pumupunta. Ito yung terminal nila. Bus terminal dito. May hotel dito. Ito yung bus terminal. Ayan. Isa sa mga highlights dito yung mga bahay na mga luma. Tsaka ito yung St. Nicholas or Santa Claus sa atin. Church. Napaka sa luma na dito. Kasi sabi nila is sense of fisherman St. Nicholas. Ayan. Maganda din siya. Ito yung daanan dito. Napakaluma ng mga building dito. Šibenik. Yung mga apartment nila. Pero hotel na siya ngayon. Daanan dito. Pataas. Malay ko na ba ito? Maluma na. Hotel. Ito yung mga old building. 18th century from 19th century to 18th century. Saka ito yung mga kwan dito. Main Street. Napaka-historical. Pero may mga hotel saka mga kainan, restaurant dito. Pwede din magkain-kain dito. Yan. Šibenik. Ito yung daanan ng dating palace pero ginawa na nilang mga hotel at saka mga pagkainan, restaurants. Pero 1700 ito. Busy street ito, main street ito ng palace nila. So dito may mga kali-kali pa. May itim naman dito. Ito po yung daanan dito. Yan, may mga streets pa. Ito yung mga daanan ng kanilang mga main streets dito. So yan, yun yung St. Michael Church, 1700. Ito yung daanan natin. May mga hotel na siya. Yan. Pero may mga souvenirs dito. Souvenirs. Yung simbahan nila na St. Michael Church, 1700. May mga souvenirs shops dito. Pero napaka luma na. Yun o, mga building nila. Pero may mga tao pa nakatira dito. Ito yung simbahan nila, main street nila. Pero turista na lang kabuhay dito. Ayan. Ito yung simbahan kanina. Tumutunog ang kumpana. Ito yung maganda ditong lugar. May mga kuwan pa dati. Yan, simbahan St. Michael. Umandar pa yung relo niya. Ayan. Ito yung daanan. Ito yung grupo natin. May mga souvenirs dito, sirado. Sunday kasi ngayon. Ayan, may daanan din dito. Dagat. Ito yung isa sa mga heritage ng UNESCO Šibenik dito sa Croatia. Tingnan mo yun, no? May mga mukha pa ng mga tao naka-design dyan. 1700s pa ito na nagawa. Simbahan yata ito. Ito yung pinaka-plaza nila. Marami ng mga turista lang yata nakabuhay dito. Ayan, mga lumang building pero malaki pa. Ayun, may mga decoration. Saka may daanan din dito. Ayan. Malaki pa ng kwan doon. Simbahan doon. Ito yung isa sa mga lumang simbahan dito. Ayan, o. 1700 pa. May mga sculpture din. Kikita mo. It's like old. Saka ito, pinakataas niya. Ayan. Dami rin mga turista dito. Ayan. Siyempre may mga kwan dito. Souvenir shops din. Ayan. Mga luma na siya. Ito yung isa sa mga highlights dito. Palace at saka cathedral. Mga lumang building na ito. Pero ginagawa na nilang mga hotel. Oh yeah, there's like a glider doon. Yeah. Dito. Yan. Pero ginagawa nilang mga tourist spot dito. So ang dami pa rin turista na pumupunta dito. Ito yung mga statue dito.
Oh, yeah.
Ito yung simbahan ng other side of the church. Ayan. Saka na maraming mga dito. Simbahan dito. Sinkata, magkakata dito. May nagsisimba pa rin. Ayan. So ginagamit po nila dito. May mag-hotel pa. Kaya na-preserve nila. Ayan, may mga hotel at mga restaurants pa dito. Dami din na dagat na yan dyan. Dyan maraming mga kunti lang mga population dito. Ayan. Simbahan dyan. Ito yung isa sa mga UNESCO preserved na mga building dito. Tsaka may mga canyon pa dyan, no? Ayan. So, dito naman ay dagat na. So, napakaganda. Ganda ding kuhan yan dyan, no? Ayan. Doon may channel dyan na may traffic yung barko. Ito yung mga kasamahan natin. Layo na. Yung mga simbahan na luma pero ginagamit pa rin nila. You know, Croatia.
Okay, the people from Dubrovnik, they were clever enough to buy a part of the land from another king, and that was in fact the tampon zone between the Republic of Venice and the Free Merchant Republic of Dubrovnik. So, in other words, Dubrovnik was independent, and of course they bought their freedom. Of course, you have to keep it to conserve it, a sort of conservation. In fact, you have to keep it in seawater, and you know, seawater, it's salty, and salt is a good conservator. So, in other words, you conserve it already, the olives, and that's the first. And second, of course, salt take all the bitterness away. It's not bad, believe me. At the end, this very simple olive oil, so the lowest quality of olive oil on the island of Vis. So that's the reason why I wanted to show you Vis. That was Issa. Then the second was Hvar, that was Faros, and then they came to the mainland, Epetion and Tragurion. Tragurion, of course, or later Tragos, that's of course the island of Trogir. Yes, the town of Trogir and the island of Trogir. That's the oldest part. But from the Greek time, I cannot show you anything because it is 1 meter lower than the level of the town today. So what we can see today on the island of Trogir is Romanesque and Florentine. The inhabitants to get the permission to build here on the mainland. And okay, no, they never didn't got the permission because it was too dangerous. It was in the 15th, 16th century, right behind the mountains, the Ottomans. It was impossible. So they got the permission to build on the island of Chiovo. So the medieval part of Trogir is situated on Chiovo, and then later, after the Ottomans, or the Turks we would say today, after they left this area, they just got the permission to build here on the mainland. But you can't see anything what is older than the 19th century here, and the oldest building here on the mainland is the fish market, the 19th century, of course. Okay, so from the city walls, it's like in Šibenik, like everywhere. We cannot, I cannot show you anything, just a few parts. Here at the northern side, with this passage they made in the 17th century for the people.
Pero dinarayan ng maraming tao dito, turista dito. Narrow streets. Pero dami pa rin turista, mga souvenir shops, hotel, ito yung Troger. Ito halos yung mga daanan dito. Mga old cities, napakakitid yung daanan. So dinarayo ng maraming turista. Ito yung mga old cities nila dito. Dami mga souvenirs pa rin. Ginagawa na nila ng mga hotel at saka bar, peace bars. Yun. Yan. Ito yung isa sa mga building dito, Troger, Croatia. Daming mga turista pa rin dito.
And the same examples right over there.
Tsaka yung may simbahan pa rin.
Down there, great achievement of ours, right?
Palace daw ito. Ayan, may mga kabila dito.
In the first line of everything, that's actually a proof, that they were influenced or rich.
Statue.
1,572 every year of the Great European Battle of Hurricane. Battle of Lepanto.
May mga carvings.
Have you ever heard about that battle? Hundreds and hundreds of battleships, when they get fight in front of the Greece coastline during a couple of days,
True.
these tanks in Islamic war.
Ito sa mga palasyo dito. Diyan natin pinipakunan ng mga tao. Mukhang tao. Ang daming kasi turista kasi. Tiga dito. Ayan. Troger. Dami din mga history dito. Tsaka daming tao. May dito 5 euros Bell Tower Baptistry. May guardia kasi. Ito yung mga painting dyan. May guardia dyan.
Enemies also? Yes.
Oh. Ayan. Pan pala dyan si Adam. Ayan si Adam. Saka si Eve. Si Eve at saka si Adam. May mga carpet dyan. Adam. Yung mga papados taas. Ito yung St. Louis Cathedral, 13 AD. Ayan o. Magsimba sila puro Latin dito. Yung Bible is used still Latin. Meron pa rin service dyan pero mga Latin na. Lahat doon. Yan yung paalas ng governor dati. So nagawa na lang ng mga maraming souvenirs dito. May dagat na dyan. Inumin dito. Ito yung St. Lawrence sa 1380. Ginawa na church. Manila. Yung palace. Ganito karami yung mga tao dito. Yung mga bala. Makamura po sa Pinas. So ito yung Truger. Maraming mga turista dito. Yung plaza nila. Tsaka daming mga turista. Yung terminal ng bus doon. Yung mga historical nila place dyan. St. Lawrence na Cathedral. 1380. May nakilala itong mga Pilipino. Pero ginagamit pa nila. 1 o'clock na dito sa Dubrovnik.